What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Sunday fun day, July 14th, 2024. Apologies for the lateness. We had a plumbing issue, had to be taken care of. Shit gets in the way, literally. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that disgusting. But, anyways, shit happens. It does every morning for me. Anyway, enough about bowel movements. Let's talk Buckeye football. How about that? Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit like on this video. And tonight, me, Jeff, and Sean going live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube. Make sure you're in. We're going to be talking about our biggest concerns and questions for this 2024 Buckeye team and season. So pop in there, give us your comments. I think we'll probably do another who you got question, pick a game. We're going through the season right now. I think we're almost done with week one. If I find another good game in week one, I'll ask you guys. But anyways, let's get it moving here. We're talking tight ends, the Ohio State tight end positions here. So right off the bat, I want to kind of set the tone. This is a major concern for me, and you're probably going to hear my concern throughout this episode. So please bear with me. Hopefully we're not all on the ledge. Just me. I'll go out there by myself. So, all right, let's get into it. Who's on the roster? How much eligibility do they have left? G. Scott Jr., your leader, 1 season left. This is it. This is his last hurrah. Will Kazmarek has 2 seasons. Bennett Christian, 3. Jelani Thurman, 3. And Max LeBlanc, 4, the freshman. Now, returning production is where we're really lacking. This is one of my major concerns. 23.6% of receptions by the tight ends is coming back, 14.3% of receiving yards, 16.7% of receiving touchdowns. So those are very low numbers. But looking ahead to recruiting on the horizon, you got 4-star from Oklahoma, Nate Roberts, committed for 2025. And then just recently, 4-star Brody Lennon from up around Cleveland, committed for 2025. So looking good there. We'll circle back to them in a minute. All right, so the outlook for the season, we know Cade Stover is gone. He logged more than 1,500 snaps from 2021 to 2023. Just at tight end. Remember, he played linebacker D end in the Rose Bowl. This is just at tight end. He played over 1,500 snaps. So going into this season, Ohio State tight ends need to figure out how to replace all of those snaps. Right now, it's most likely going to be multiple guys that will fill those gaps. It's really hard for one player to step up and produce the same workload as Cade Stover did. So you got G. Scott Jr. heading into his 5th year. He is the returning veteran in the room, but he's never had to take on a starter's workload. He's played a total of 563 snaps in his career. He's 4 years into his move from receiver to tight end. He looks like a tight end. He's definitely built like one now. He's also taken on a larger leadership role. The coaches say that he had a strong offseason. Great. Good to hear. He's taken proper steps on the path to playing a larger role in the offense. So he's, doing the things you have to do, but we don't know how much impact he can have when given more opportunities in games, Same for the entire room. Honestly, everybody is in the same boat, kind of. Scott at least has played a bit. Ohio University transfer Will Kazmarek has experience, but not on this level. Played in the MAC, Sophomore Jelani Thurman only played 24 snaps as a freshman. 3rd-year tight end Bennett Christian played 10 snaps 2 years ago. Last year, he was suspended for the entire 2023 season, and he only played on scout team. He was allowed to practice with the team, but they could only use him on scout, and because he was a waste of taking a starter's job or depth chart, on the actual practice team. So he had an entire offseason where he ran other teams' offenses, not Ohio State's offense. But then you got Max LeBlanc. He's the incoming freshman, just arrived on campus this summer, so hasn't been around long. The second most experienced player for the Buckeyes is a walk-on, Patrick Gerd. He logged 49 career snaps on offense. Yeah, that's the second most experienced player, 49 snaps. He could have a role as a blocking back in some packages this season. If you remember Mitch Rossi, kind of similar alignment. So someone has to make a jump in this room. Actually, multiple people should probably be making jumps to ease my concerns. But the Buckeyes don't need a receiving threat like Cade Stover. We're loaded at receiver. The offense needs more reliable blocking, especially in the run game. That's the most important area the tight end can contribute right now. Among 174 FBS tight ends who played at least 200 blocking snaps last year, Cade Stover ranked number 101. We've talked about this before. This is in PFF's run blocking grade. Cade was a great receiver, yes. Huge threat right down the middle, down the seam, but not a reliable blocker, especially in the run game. G. Scott was ranked number 163 out of 174, so it doesn't get better. Kazmarek, though, was ranked 16th in the country in the PFF run blocking grade. That's probably why the Buckeyes brought him in. But he was blocking MAC defenders last year again. Now, Kazmarek could push for tight end 1 if he can do the same in the Big Ten. If he can be a reliable run blocker, I could see him jumping past G. Scott. But then you got Jelani Thurman. He offers a major upside as a receiver. He's 6'6", 258. Hello. Sophomore. He has a massive wingspan, huge catch radius. He also has good ball skills and agility in the open field after catch. Scott should also provide some upside as a former 4-star receiver. But you don't just forget how to catch a ball. But the coaches have asked him to block on 67% of his snaps when he's been in the game. It's been mostly blocker. So 67% of his snaps. So with Cade no longer in the lineup, it should open up more receiving opportunities for G. Scott this fall. Now, looking beyond 2024, we have some real questions about this group heading into the season. But the good news is that Ohio State should return everyone but G. Scott in 2025, barring transfer portal things, So there's an opportunity for guys to develop after the season. So the room won't have to turn over dramatically and start from scratch in 2025, at least. That's the upside. Projecting a 2025 depth chart would probably mean Kazmarek and Thurman are your top 2 tight ends. Hopefully Thurman would have shown us in this 2024 season some of his potential. There's no question that Thurman has the highest ceiling in the room for sure. Because he's so tall. How quickly he gets there, though, to help us figure out the future of the position, that's the question. Having at least 2 more seasons of Thurman on the roster, though, is a huge, huge win for us. The group of Kazmarek, Thurman, and Christian would give at least Keenan Bailey some older players who can lead the room heading into 2025. The big question is, how much on-field experience will they have in 2024? The Buckeyes could look into the portal again next offseason to bridge the gap in experience if they're lacking there. But looking a few years down the road, the room is on an upward trajectory, which is always good. Looking at recruiting, Keenan Bailey did a good job recruiting this 2025 class. He landed former Notre Dame commit Nate Roberts. Don't forget, he was committed to Notre Dame. He was the number 5 tight end in the country. Then he made it a 2-man class with the addition of in-state tight end 4-star recruit Brody Lennon. So it helps the future of the position that the Buckeyes are bringing in at least 2 tight ends in this 2025 class. So looking at 2026, Keenan Bailey is going big game hunting here. He has offers out to 6 of the top 10 tight ends in the class. You got number 2, Caden Prothrow, number 3, Brock Harris, number 4, Corbin Fordham, and number 5, Carson Sneed. So keep an eye out for those guys when we're talking 2026 recruiting in the future. But we see Keenan Bailey can recruit. The question is, can he develop this room? We're going to see that this year. We're going to all find out together. So hopefully it's a positive, it's a yes, but we got to see it play out. So that is your tight end room. Are you concerned? Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Concerned, not concerned? Just you feel confident that these guys are going to fill the void left by Stover? Let me know. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.